I must be cursed. Every time I praise Nintendo for something they do right, they turn around and do something to make me sigh and groan about where video games have gone in the past decade. This time around, it's the legal action against yet another fan game. A cease and desist has been filed on Pokemon Prism, a ROM hack oddly enough. And just like with Pokemon Uranium and another Metroid 2 remake and every other canned fan game like this, I always said to myself the same thing. They are well within their right to do this, but I don't think actually doing it is actually good for anyone. Fan games and fan art are a tricky business because they were created without any permission from the original creators, are often altered to fit the fans' ideals instead of the creators, and have the potential to take away from the creators' bottom line if they start getting big. Calling it free advertising isn't a good excuse. We have no legal right to do this to begin with. It's no wonder that any company would want to put a stop to this stuff. At least, that's what you'd assume if you also assume malicious intent on the part of the fans. This is a message to Nintendo, Capcom, Sega, and all the others. Your fans don't want to steal your revenue, they don't want to ruin your image, and they don't want to tell you how to do business. Most fan games would not exist if the creators didn't have such passion and love for the official products to the point that they're willing to show that passion and love with an entire game, improvements to existing games, or simple artwork and music arrangements. When people do that, and they get legal threats for it, it's a little hard to look at that as anything but spiteful bullying. That goes for any attempt to give Let's Plays the shaft too, by the way. Logically, it makes sense to think that fan games and Let's Plays would lead to poor sales of the official products, but in reality, I can't think of any fan game or Let's Play that has ever been directly responsible for poor sales. If you know of any, please do tell. However, I do think antagonizing your fan base by giving their hard work the shaft definitely would be pretty bad for sales, especially since in Nintendo's case they were pretty okay with fan games up until now. I wonder what changed. Maybe they're just pissed that that the schmuck behind another Metroid 2 remake thinks he can make a better game than them, and then actually did make a better game than them, or just did what fans actually wanted to see from Metroid. I haven't decided yet. In either case, Nintendo could probably stand to, I don't know, learn something from that. At this point, I think fan games need to do things a little differently moving forward if they want to avoid having this happen to them, because it seems to be becoming the norm. My recommendation is for fan game creators to make your fan game, then change it slightly so it's not infringing on any actual intellectual properties, nor using any assets from official games. That's a tall order, sure, but if you can pull it off, you can avoid both the legal threats and even sell the game if you'd like to get paid. And for all the work and creativity that gets put into many fan games, creators and players honestly deserve better.